Our time has arrived.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for animated features by Disney that haven't received as much fanfare or credit as they might deserve.
Iceland.
Yeah, I knew it.
Number 20, Home on the Range. In this Western, 3 cows, Maggie, Mrs. Calloway, and Grace, set out on an adventure to save their farm.
Look, Loverbowl, we're here strictly on business.
Sounds pretty exciting. What kind of business?
We're looking for a cattle rustler named Alameda Slim.
Grace?
This movie doesn't have the highest critical acclaim, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have its positives. For one thing, it clocks in with a runtime of 76 minutes, but more importantly, it's a light, fun look at the Old West, but from the viewpoints of cows.
Well, there it is then.
Not everything needs to be a masterful epic. Plus, it has the wonderful Judi Dench. Sometimes being able to watch something that's entertaining is the right call. Number 19, Lilo and Stitch. As an unlikely pair, Lilo and Stitch form a very close bond as the film is a good illustration of the power of family, even if there's no blood relation.
What about Ohana?
He hasn't been here that long.
Neither have I. Dad said Ohana means family.
Huh?
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets
left behind.
Lilo is an orphan who's raised by her older sister, Nani. Their relationship is an important element of the film as, at least for the time, focusing on the dynamic between sisters wasn't commonly seen.
Can't you go any faster?
Oh no, gravity is increasing on me.
No, it's not.
It is too, Lilo. The same thing happened yesterday.
You rotten sister, your butt is crushing me. Why do you act so weird?
The film was well received when it was first released, as it was found to be charming and funny. Plus, if you're an Elvis fan, you've got a number of his songs you can enjoy throughout. Number 18, A Goofy Movie. Although not well received when initially released, it's since become something of a cult classic. The film focuses on the relationship between Goofy and his son Max, who fears that he will become just like his dad. The two go on a road trip, as Goofy wants to bond with his son, but Max is trying to get to Los Angeles for a Powerline concert to impress his love interest, Roxanne. What stands out in this movie is the portrayal of generational differences between Goofy and Max, and how they're able to reconcile. Oh, and it has a killer soundtrack.
That's Max! I know him! You did it!
Number 17, WreckIt Ralph. Ralph is a villain of the fictional game Fix-It Felix Jr., but knows deep down he's a hero. He sets out on a mission to prove his worth to all the other video game characters.
Only good guys win medals, and you, sir, are no good guy.
I could be a good guy if I wanted to, and I could win a medal.
Uh-huh. And when you do, come and talk to us.
And then would you finally let me be on top of the cake with you guys?
Speaking of video games, part of what makes this movie so fun is the tons of cameos from many classic video game characters. It's a really solid story with excellent visuals that has a nice balance of an old-school feel with a heartwarming story. It touches on themes of identity, and Ralph showing that he's not just a villain.
Turns out I don't need a medal to tell me I'm a good guy. Because if that little kid likes me, how bad can I be?
Number 16, DuckTales the Movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. While DuckTales is a popular and well-known TV show, did you know there was a movie based on the original series?
The seal of Kalibaba. It's a map. Perhaps this dig is no a lost cause after all.
Scrooge McDuck, along with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, go after the lost treasure of Kalibaba, leading them on a wacky adventure. Critics noted the high quality of the animation, the cleverness of the script, and its appeal for the whole family.
And you can't fool us. A genie's supposed to grant wishes. Yeah, 3 wishes for every master.
Oh, darn. Everybody remembers that part.
For a while, the movie was difficult to find because of its limited release on physical media, but now it's available on Disney Plus and is definitely worth checking out. Number 15, The Emperor's New Groove. This movie had a troubled production, and the finished product is nothing like the original idea. Luckily for us, it all worked out in the end, as this is a really funny and standout movie.
Hey, everybody hits their stride. You just hit yours 50 years ago. So, who's in my chair?
Oh, I know. Yzma.
He's missing your chair, right?
Very good, Kronk.
The story centers around Emperor Cusco, who's been accidentally transformed into a llama by the usurper Yzma. While it didn't perform amazingly at the box office when first released, that hasn't stopped people from adoring this film in the years since. Fans in particular have praised the voice work of Eartha Kitt, David Spade, and Patrick Warburton.
I should have done away with Cusco myself when I had the chance.
Oh, you really gotta stop beating yourself up about that.
Number 14, The Fox and the Hound. A young fox meets a young hound, and the two become best friends.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd. What's your name, kid? Mine's Copper. I'm a hound dog. Gee, I bet you'd be good playing hide and seek. You want to try it, Copper?
The dynamics of their relationship change as they grow up, and the hound, Copper, has been raised to assist his owner on fox hunts. Todd, the fox, is shocked by the development, as he thought their friendship would last forever. Raising questions about prejudice, the movie features emotionally powerful scenes where you might have to wipe a tear or two from your eye.
Todd?
It's a turning point for Disney, as a number of animators would leave during production, ushering a new generation of talent at the company. Number 13, Bolt. Not as popular as Frozen and Tangled, but without Bolt, we may not have gotten those films, as it's been credited with sparking a new wave at Disney Animation.
Am I missing something?
You're missing everything, Mindy.
The titular dog works as an actor on a popular television series with his owner, Penny. After a cliffhanger episode where Penny is captured, Bolt sets out to rescue her, believing he has superpowers. Critics noted that everything about the movie is a considerable step up from Disney's recent offerings in the animation space.
I'll release you, Cat, when we find Penny.
Excuse me? That wasn't the deal. We had a deal.
Your deal just expired.
Number 12, Winnie the Pooh. The good news is that this movie has a runtime of 63 minutes, so it doesn't require a huge time commitment.
Oh, bother. I was having the most wonderful dream.
Yes, but it's time to wake up. You have a very important thing to do today.
Like what?
It's also traditionally animated, which makes it stand out in a world of CG animation. Pooh and the other residents of 100 Acre Wood believe that Christopher Robin has been captured by a creature known as the Baxen, and they set out to rescue him. Full of charm, whimsy, and a touch of nostalgia, Winnie the Pooh received a positive reception from critics, but it didn't connect with audiences as well.
Pooh, are you sure that's a good idea?
Oh, yes, Piglet. I'm quite sure.
Number 11, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. One of Disney's most complex and epic animated features, this movie deals with a number of dark and mature themes.
Go on. Nobody wants to be cooped up here forever.
Don't let that scare you away from enjoying it. It has fantastic musical numbers and strong characters. Quasimodo, the bell ringer of Notre Dame, seeks acceptance from society as he's been sheltered in the cathedral for most of his life due to his appearance. He forms a kinship with Esmeralda, who, similarly, faces persecution due to her being a Romani. They hope to see a positive change in attitudes from their peers, unlike Judge Frollo, who'd rather have those he deems undesirable eliminated.
Never you mind, Quasimodo. She'll be out of our lives soon enough. I will free you from her evil spell. She will torment you no longer.
Number 10, Dinosaur, the fifth highest grossing movie of 2000, and that year's most financially successful animated feature. Upon release, Dinosaur was praised for its pioneering visuals of a prehistoric setting.
Hairball!
That was great! Get him!
Oh no! Attacking lemurs! Sorry, please! I can't take it!
However, in other aspects, the film fared indifferently with critics. Its writing failed to wow as much as the aesthetics. Despite that, Dinosaur should surely be better remembered. This post-meteor imagining of Earth was an animation game-changer. The CGI/real-world blend breathed new life into the genre, and the opening scene still ranks as one of Disney's best. Number 9, The Aristocats. A film noted for being the last feature approved by Walt Disney himself before the animator's death in 1966. The Aristocats is more than just a pleasing play on words.
Hey, what's all the yelling about, huh?
With Ava Gabor taking the leading role as Duchess, the film follows a family of upper-class felines as they seek to evade Edgar, the greedy butler. Set in Paris, there's a certain je ne sais quoi about this film and its characters.
Your husband is very charming and very handsome.
Well, you see, I'm not exactly her husband.
Exactly.
Consistently overshadowed by 101 Dalmatians as Disney's domesticated classic, these cats deserve their cream, and we're gonna give it to them. Number 8, Brother Bear. A spiritual saunter through rural USA, Brother Bear was originally conceived as a North American version of the Lion King.
I don't speak bear.
A tough act to follow, the film also struggled to stand out against Finding Nemo, the Pixar effort released in the same year. A heartwarming tale in its own right, however, Brother Bear brightens up the Disney formula like few other films.
Oh, really?
Kenai's story is a life lesson for all little kids, and some big kids too, while Coda is just cuter than cute. Number 7, The Princess and the Frog. A modern take on various traditional tales, The Princess and the Frog was on the receiving end of 3 Oscar nominations.
My mama always said the quickest way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
That's it!
What just happened?
However, it's another example of an excellent movie denied the limelight by Pixar, who released Up in 2009 as well. Nevertheless, critics rank The Princess and the Frog as a turning point in Disney's history, as it ushered in a so-called neo-renaissance at the start of the 2010s. It saw the studio return to traditional animation, and kickstarted a string of high-profile, highly acclaimed animated movies. Not to mention, it was the flick that introduced Disney's first African-American princess, and boy did she make an impact.
You just kissed yourself a princess.
And I'm about to do it again.
Number 6, Meet the Robinsons. A story that zaps all over the space-time continuum, our next movie is snappy, surreal, and a timely break from typically Disney storytelling strategies.
What is this? Where are we going?
To the future!
It's the first Disney film released following a Disney/Pixar merger, which placed John Lasseter as chief creative officer, and his eye for comedic detail is clear throughout. Meet the Robinsons is a potentially tragic orphan story turned into an inspiring, uplifting tale. Its cast of original characters well and truly shook up the Disney status quo.
Nothing is set in stone. You gotta make the right choices and keep moving forward.
Number 5, Treasure Planet. The original ideas for Treasure Planet were actually pitched alongside those for The Little Mermaid, the movie credited by most as beginning Disney's late 80s revival.
The human world, it's a mess. Life under the sea is better than anything they got up there.
However, Treasure Planet was put on hold for over 10 years, and when it was released, it received an undeservedly modest response.
Brace up!
A futuristic rethink of Robert Louis Stevenson's timeless pirate legend. It features Jim as the rebel hero well worth rooting for, a gaggle of memorable side characters, and Silver as the bad guy with a big heart.
Whatever you heard back there, at least the part concerning you, I didn't mean a word of it. That bloodthirsty lot had thought I'd gone soft. They'd have gutted us both.
Shiver me timbers! It should be a classic! Number 4, Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Another animation centered on an ambitious voyage to a legendary place, Atlantis has become a cult favorite among Disney fans.
Now, some of you may ask, why Atlantis? It's just a myth, isn't it? Pure fantasy. Well, that is where you'd be wrong.
The story of Milo Thatch and his deciphering of the Shepherd's Journal and Journey to Atlantis is an action-adventure tale the likes of which live-action cinema has been aching to accomplish for years. However, Atlantis was the first foray into science fiction that Disney ever made.
The heart of Atlantis. What? It's the heart of Atlantis. That's what the shepherd was talking about. It wasn't a star. It was some kind of crystal, like these.
A movie perhaps best remembered for the comic book style of Mike Mignola, it was deliciously fresh and fantastically dynamic. Number 3, The Rescuers Down Under. The second film to feature within Disney's late 80s, early 90s renaissance, The Rescuers Down Under is continually ranked under the other films of that period.
Miss Bianca, would you excuse me for a minute?
The Little Mermaid smashed expectations, while titles like Aladdin and The Lion King only further established the newly rejuvenated brand. But this movie, much like the original Rescuers, failed to fill theaters in quite the same way. Some parts, though, have always been held in the highest regard, particularly the flight scene.
Higher!
A kid clinging to an eagle flying through Australian skies? It's animated awesomeness. Number 2, The Great Mouse Detective. We continue with the rodent-y theme for our runner-up, and a Sherlock Holmes adaptation unlike any other.
Mr. Battle, I need your help, and...
All in good time.
But you don't understand. I'm in terrible trouble.
You could excuse me.
Released in 1986, The Great Mouse Detective saw Victorian England awash with talking rats and mice. The film was more important to Disney than its reputation would suggest, though. It came at a time when faith in the brand was waning, but after relative success, it encouraged producers and management to back future projects, setting the stage for the massively successful movies that followed.
The game's not over yet!
It's more than elementary. It's excellent.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, The Black Cauldron. When it was released in 1985, The Black Cauldron proved to be a box office bomb.
I'm Princess Ailonwy. Are you a lord or a warrior?
The film suffered a box office loss and severely split the critics, with most dubbing it as too dark, too spooky, and too slow. Over time, however, The Black Cauldron has finally built up a fan base. Dungeons, dragons, swords, and woodland battles have made quite the comeback in 21st century pop culture, and this movie has it all. It's set in the Dark Ages and was released during Disney's own dark period.
We've come for the Black Cauldron. Did you hear that, sisters?
Why, nobody's asked for the Black Cauldron in over 2,000 years.
But today, the Horn King takes the limelight. What animated Disney film do you think is most underrated? Let us know in the comments.
You have got to be kidding.
Ooh, all right, but you're missing out.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.